this triple threat is gonna cook at WrestleMania, but the way they're treating Io as an afterthought is still crazy to me. The segment itself was okay, but it was way over the top for Io to get pushed around like that, like it was middle school. Oh, I understand that. Like at first I was like, what are they doing? Like this, like they're making Io look like she's not even on their level, which like she's not, like in terms of popularity and like how strongly these two are booked. But like I was like, what are you doing? Because like the way they were doing it, like it's giving Io's definitely losing this title. But like I really like that she, you know, eventually kind of stepped up and, you know, like slapped both of them. So that was cool. But I definitely do agree that like they didn't need to do that. Like they could have just ignored her and, you know, not talk to her. But like the whole pushing thing, yeah, I didn't like that. Another one, this one is by Callister Hobbs. He says, when it's time for the possible Mania triple threat match between Seth, Punk and Roman, Heyman's loyalty is gonna be tested between him and Roman. If I were Roman, I would keep a closer eye on Heyman if he's around Punk. He low-key looked cheated on by Heyman in this picture. I like this, you know, like the way they shot this scene. Then it's like this shot was so cool. Like the way you can see Roman in the back, like you can just see the disappointment on his face. This is so cool. Like it's definitely gonna be interesting. And I will say I didn't know, like I still don't know how I feel about the fact that Roman beat Punk. Like he beat him up too. I kind of would have liked a more of them kind of, you know, like teasing that a little bit more. Maybe like they would, you know, touch next week, but it's still good. I guess, you know, like WrestleMania is so close now, they kind of have to rush through stuff. Which, you know, it's kind of like what they do with Roman because he's not really there a lot. Hamza says, I thought the crowd was gonna spam "We want mommy" chants throughout, but they listened to Io with full attention. Then they chanted Io and "You deserve it." Then Pop loud for both slaps. Then chanted Io again. But this time even louder. Io felt like a star. She's over. I feel like Io is one of those few people who got over on their wrestling matches and was able to sustain it, right? Because like when you look at Andrade, like during the match people start cheering, but like once the match is done, they don't really care. When he comes out the next week, they don't really care. But I feel like Io is one of those people who has retained that. Wrestling 6 says, from now going onward, we need to see Roman on television, whether it's Raw or SmackDown. We need these promos and progress the story with Paul Heyman and see what the fever is. I definitely think he's probably gonna be here for like until WrestleMania. Like there's not that many weeks left. And I feel like with 3 of them, there's still like, if it was just him and Seth, like the story's right there. Like he could come back after like, when we're only left with like 2 weeks and they could set that up. But with all of them, like you need to be able to tell that story to make this worthy of a Mania match without just, oh, it's too big. It's 3 big names, let's put them in the main event. But you need the story to, you know, like be worth of the main event. So people don't complain like, you know, like Jay should main event or Rhea and, you know, Bianca and Io should main event. So you need the story to match the hype. Boston Crab Wrestling says, I think the triple threat match of Roman versus CM Punk versus Seth should be a #1 contender match to be added into the Cody versus Cena match. The triple threat needs some stakes other than bragging rights. I don't necessarily think it's just bragging rights, especially because all of them have history. Roman and Seth both hate CM Punk. I don't know if I would say CM Punk hates them too. I feel like he's more of just like he doesn't like, I don't know, I feel like he just doesn't care for them that much, you know, like than they care for him. But I feel like there's so much story there. Like it's not necessarily a bragging rights thing, but one of them being added to the main event of Cena and Cody, and it being CM Punk and he main events both nights, I would be down for that. But I don't know if, like, that would be cool, especially because Seth got his win back today, so we'll see. Another one says, it's crazy that Rhea had a great promo backstage post-show last week where she blamed herself, and tonight she's completely shifted it this week by blaming Bianca. Yeah, that, like, am I the only one who doesn't really care for Rhea's promos? Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like she's like one of the meh-est promos. Like, that's just me. But also, yeah, I kind of already talked about this. It was kind of disappointing. You know, like, we all expected more, right? We all thought, oh my god, character growth, and we got nothing. Harry Richard says, I think we all came to the conclusion now that Seth Rollins and CM Punk have some of, if not the best chemistry in wrestling today. These two haven't missed a beat at all. Dude, does Seth just have great chemistry with everybody? Like the bangers that he puts on, like he has amazing chemistry with Finn Balor, Drew, Sammy, Roman. Like I feel like he is just one of those guys who can put on a banger with anybody. And especially if the person is also a good wrestler, then like the match is gonna be incredible. So this is the last one. Oh god, this is gonna be the first ever video that is like so short. So the last one, we're ending on Finn Balor. So you know, I don't know, maybe watch something fun after this video, because you know it's gonna be sad. So Snake Predator says, Finn Balor is so buried that I'm posting next week's Finn Balor is buried hot take this week before he loses to Braun Breaker, just to get it out of the way. That being said, the way to save Judgment Day is for Dom to betray Finn and take over as the leader of Judgment Day. Definitely agree. I feel like Judgment Day is holding Finn back, and because he's in there, they kind of have an excuse to not do anything substantial with him, right? It's like a crutch. They can just be like, oh, it's Judgment Day. You know, like they're not doing well because they kicked out Damian and Rhea. And I feel like if he's left, you know, like alone, he leaves Judgment Day, then like they're gonna be exposed to do something with him. And I don't know, like there were reports that he was gonna get a push, but honestly, I have zero trust. And I've said this so many times and I continue saying it. I have zero trust in them. So to wrap up the video, I'm gonna give you my hot take. My hot take is that Finn Balor is worse off with Triple H in creative than he was with Vince, because even though Vince did not care, or maybe he didn't even like him, he was still like, I don't know, like it still seemed like as a whole his career was better than it is now. Like back then it was like, damn, why is he losing? Now it's like he's gonna lose. Like it feels like it's a foregone conclusion. So that is it for the video. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like and subscribe, show some love, help me grow. See you next time.